Hi everyone, we are going to talk about immune response to coronavirus infections. Coronavirus is an animal virus that can be harmful to humans. In December of 2019, China reported this outbreak of new coronavirus. It's called SARS-CoV-2. The origins of SARS-CoV-2 was found in Wuhan city. The SARS-CoV-2 is closely related to the SARS-CoV-1 and the MERS-CoV. In similarities, these three coronavirus infections can cause the pneumonia cases. Furthermore, they also found that SARS-CoV-2 contained a viral genome which share 96.2% with the bat. Therefore, SARS-CoV-2 comes from bat. Research reports SARS-CoV transmissions involve two ways. First, droplet transmissions, example cough or sneezing. Second is the format transmissions refer to the object of surface.
This is the MRT scene. We notice two young ladies are talking to each other. The lady is sneezing and transmits the virus to her friends. So how does the virus affect our body? The virus enters through the nose and infects the human lungs. Lungs contain bunches of alveoli. The alveoli are the sites for SARS-CoV-2 infection to occur. SARS-CoV-2 will infect the alveoli cells through its spike protein, and the spike protein will bind to the angiotensin-converting enzyme 2 receptor of alveoli cells. Just like a key inserts into the lock, eventually the virus can enter into the alveoli cells and start its replication.
In order to fight against the virus, our immune system is responsible to do the job. Our immune system consists of two interconnected parts. First is innate immunity, which is not specific. For example, natural killer cell and monocytes. Second is acquired immunity, which is very specific in response to the antigen. For instance, B cell and T cell. Let's look at innate immunity. First innate immunity to be discussed here is interferon. When a cell is infected with the virus, the cell will produce interferon, which is a cytokine or chemical signal to be sent for the other cells. The interferon binds to the receptor of neighboring cells. When the virus infects the cells, the presence of interferon sends a signal to the cell to inhibit the viral replication. So the cells are now in a antiviral state, that the virus will not be replicated and produced. The immune cell involved in innate immunity is a natural killer cell. Natural killer cell is a car produced in our circulating blood. It has an activating receptor like pistol and an inhibitory receptor like torchlight. Natural killer cell will not attack healthy cell because of the full engagement of the two receptors. So the natural killer cell is not activated. In contrast, when the healthy cell is infected with the virus inhibits MHC class 1 expression. The CARP does not see MHC class 1 using its torchlight, or no engagement of this receptor. The natural killer cell is then activated and starts to kill the infected cell. The natural killer cell releases the perforating enzyme to cause cell suicide. So the infected cell dies and poses pathogens to circulating antibodies.
However, the virus can evade parts of innate immunity because the virus can mutate rapidly. Sometimes, innate immunity alone is not efficient to clear off the virus. So, acquired immunity is important here because it is very specific in response to the antigens. For humoral-mediated immune response, antibodies is very important. The function of antibodies is neutralization, which prevents evasion of pathogens. Second is ozonization to enhance phagocytosis. Third is activation of complement system, which involve complement proteins in infected cell lysis. Last one is ADCC, which can activate natural killer cells. Cytotoxic T cell is important in cell-mediated immune response. It kills infected cells by recognizing the processed antigens in MHC class 1 surface molecules. And the killing mechanism is similar to natural killer cell, which involve perforating enzyme in cell lysis. Why does COVID-19 cause fever? This is due to the cytokine storm. It refers to the overproduction of cytokines, which is caused by overreactivity of the immune system. It can cause large scale of inflammation and make the blood vessel around the alveoli to be more permeable. As a result, more fluids flow in the lungs and reduce the interface of gas exchange. So, in the most severe cases, the COVID-19 patients are unable to breathe and die.
When our body cells encounter viruses, our immune response will fight against the virus through innate and acquired immunity. Since we don't have vaccines, the precaution steps need to be followed are washing hands regularly, wearing face masks when going out, and practicing social distancing. Most importantly, stay at home.